Hey guys, doing today? This is Ed over here at Untitled Chapter. So I've been getting a lot of questions about the Surefire Masterfire Holster. It's something I've been running probably for about 12 months now, about a year, and really getting a feel for it. I love the fundamental idea of what this is accomplishing. So every time you go out and you buy a new pistol, every time you go out and you buy a new weapon light, typically you're searching around, especially if it's a newly released model, on who has a holster that fits my weapon with my type of pistol light. And it can become quite frustrating sometimes, and you can end up getting a weapon and waiting for a holster or wanting to carry it a particular way, but you have no means of doing it. Maybe you can find somebody who can customize it. Just a plethora of ideas, but at the end of the day, it's very frustrating. So that's what kind of led me to the Surefire Masterfire Holster. Was a way that I can make one holster work for nearly every gun. So let's go ahead and pull this out of here. So this holster right here, this is a Surefire Masterfire holster. Now there was like a shroud on here. I ran this a little bit with the shroud. This doesn't really tickle my fancy too much. I thought about, because you could put an attachment up front here, that maybe I'd like to run like a knife on there or something like that. Just running like a slide-on Picatinny rail or something, but I don't know. I used this religiously probably for about 3 months, and so I took it off and figured I'd try without it. Just so you guys know, this plastic here, like, I mean, it's not like super rigid. It's very pliable, very thin. I don't think it's just gonna break. I think it's actually quite sturdy. It is lightweight. I don't know. So I run it without the shroud probably, I don't know, for the rest of this year, probably for like 8 months now or something, 7 or 8 months. And I'm just nearly pretty happy with that. This holster is geared more towards possibly duty use, possibly for anything outside the waistband that you may be doing, hunting, fishing. What's super, super cool about this, I don't currently have any cans for my pistols yet, but if you wanted to get a suppressor, this holster would work with a suppressed firearm. I think T-Rex Arms came out with a holster similar to this. It's a really cool idea. Okay, so how this holster works. So it does not lock into the firearm at all. This here is a P320 Sig Sauer pistol that I customly built. I have a video that I've done before in the past. It's got the Icarus precision grip and everything. And this is what I mainly run out of this holster. But I'm running all my firearms out of this holster because all I gotta do is purchase a Surefire Masterfire Light. If I wanted to, I guess, remove it every time and put it on different firearms, and or purchase numerous numerous flashlights for my firearms. I could just pick up and go to the range and handle what I'm trying to accomplish within a very short period of time, just a grab and go, and they all fit in the same holster. How this operates. So if you look at the Surefire Masterfire Light up close, there's like little notches in here. These little notches line up with the bottom of the holster, and then it locks in to the physical back part of the light. I'll go ahead and lock this in here and kind of show you how this operates. So I found out, so at first I was sticking it in kind of like at this angle, and I was rocking it back, and you'll hear it lock in. And then from there it's locked in. And all it's doing is locking on to the actual pistol light itself. To release this, there's an area to unlock with your thumb, and this thumb adjustment here, I'll show you as soon as I take the light back out. That thumb adjustment, you can make it so it's higher or lower. Offhand, I forget what size I have on there. Maybe I can figure it out just by looking at it once I take this off. Let's go ahead. So I can push down, and then I was rocking forward and pulling out. I found out later on, I don't need to do that. I'm just sliding right in the holster, and I'm just giving it a quick little tilt back, like nothing crazy, and it locks in there. It's not going anywhere. This is a multifunctional retention holster. So you don't, right here is where you unlock it. I think that might be the larger one, I'm not sure, but there's not much of a travel going on there to unlock this. But once it's locked in there, it's locked. And then you can go ahead, if you wanted to completely lock this firearm in, you can switch this down, and it would lock the little teeth. I'll try to roll some pictures in here as well so you guys can kind of get an idea of what's going on. I'll roll them in at the end of the video, but there's some teeth that kind of pop out. That's what unlocks and locks with your thumb here, but this will permanently lock that in. So if you get yourself in a situation to where you have really deemed everything is clear and safe from your firearm, you can go ahead and lock that in there. You don't have to worry about it falling out, but you have to be mindful if you have to draw again, you have to unlock that to allow you to unlock it with your thumb. So I typically don't lock this. I think I've done it just in playing around and training. If I wanted to lock that, I would just have to be cognitive and have the idea that maybe this is something I should do almost every time. So that when I go and draw, I would just flip up, push down, and then the pistol would come out. It locks in there really good. So this is with it completely locked. I mean, I have tried at this. I have done different things. This does not want to come out. It's locked on there, as well as the Surefire light is secured to your firearm. So if you remember this is locked, you just have to remember when you're drawing to pull this up and then push down with the thumb and pull out. One thing I thought that was really cool about this is if you needed to draw with your light already on without fumbling with that, thoughts and ideas out the window, if you wanted to, you can just, there's a switch right here, you could just turn this on, and as you pull this out of the holster, your light will come on. And as you put it back in the holster, I don't know if you guys can see the light in there, and lock it in there, it automatically turns off. So, let's see here. On, off, on. Is a weird angle to do this, off. It's actually very easy to do once it's actually physically on your hip. The angle I'm doing it playing here with this duty belt here, it's kind of difficult, but I'm making it work for you. So a lot of questions I'm receiving is, will it fit on my FN pistols? I think if it has a compact size, probably 4-inch barrel or longer, it's going to work. If you had a barrel shorter than that, I would tread lightly on that. So hypothetically, like my Hellcat, I have the original Hellcat. Here, I'll put it to you this way. If the Surefire light you order cannot physically connect to the Picatinny rail underneath your pistol, with the barrel length being too short and or just doesn't have the adapter, this holster will not work. Just as long as you're able to secure that light to the bottom of that pistol, I don't know of a pistol that it would not work on. So just keep all that in mind. But I'd say rule of thumb, you come across, just go down to your local firearms store. Find out if they have a Surefire Masterfire light. Take the light, ask to pull it out of the box, see if it will fit on that pistol. If it fits on that pistol, it'll fit in this holster. And I can guarantee that probably 99% out of 100, because I know there's some fluky and awkward design pistols out there that are not like everything else, that probably would not work. But if you have like SIG, Glock, Springfield, CZ, Smith & Wesson with at least a 4-inch barrel, I can always guarantee you this holster is going to work. Feel free to subscribe if you guys like to see more content. Go ahead and leave comments below if you have any questions. And I just kind of want to mention that I think I would love this holster more if I maybe had a shroud that I can completely kind of wear this without looking like a competition holster per se. It has this, but it's, I don't know, I just feel it could have been well done a whole lot better. And this locking retention here on the side, I think that could have been thought out a little differently as well, because it is difficult to reach. Say you had it locked and you have to get this pistol out of the holster quickly. But running it unlocked, just using the thumb button to unlock your pistol from the holster, I think it's an awesome holster. I do enjoy it. I'm still playing with the idea. It is still kind of a new concept, but I really love that all my pistols I run the same weapon light, and it's a grab and go. Same if I just want to go to the range, I don't have to worry about taking my belt off, putting a new holster on, taking the belt off, putting a new holster on, clipping this one on, clipping that one on. You know, going to the range, sometimes you want to run all your firearms. You don't just want to run one here and there and only wear one holster that fits your one gun. So this has a lot of pros and cons to it. I'm going to let you guys make up your own decision on whether you feel this is a good investment or not. It's not a cheap holster, and the Surefire weapon lights that you have to purchase in order for this holster to work are not cheap either. So it's an investment that you have to have a conversation with yourself to feel if it's something that'll work well for you. Other than that, take care, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. So it guides in here, and it locks in here. Same thing on the other side. Guides in here, locks in here. Here are where the front of the weapon light slides right into, so it's lined up every time. This is what locks into the side. So if I was to push on the thumb release here on this retention holster, you can see how they unlock. I wasn't sure how it was going to hold up, but it's done an amazing job, and I'm super impressed with the retention it actually has.